If I asked you what you do for a living, you can answer me. Pretty simply. If I asked you, you know, who are the people in your life that you love, right? You can answer it. Don't mind me, I'm just looking at plants while I'm talking. If I asked you what your purpose was, most people, well, not most people, I don't want to say that, a lot of people would be stunned, be stuck, and would question you, like, what do you mean? And your purpose is why do you do what you do? What is the main motivation for you? But not just main motivation. What is the main objective? What is your purpose? What is the point? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to leave behind? Why are you trying to leave it behind? Are you trying to help people? Are you trying to make money? Are you trying to make sure your kids are good? Are you trying to put your kids in college? Are you trying to, what is your purpose? Why do you do what you do? Why are you the person you are? Why are you a businessman? Do you love it? Why are you a musician? Do you love it? Why do you make YouTube videos? Because everyone else does, or because you actually want to? What is your purpose? What is your purpose of being? I'm trying to think of other ways to word it. I don't know, man. I don't know any other word to explain it. Besides, I was always sitting here thinking to myself, like, my purpose is to learn and express what I've learned, is to help others. My purpose is to serve others. We've heard so many people say that in the past, gurus, shamans, fucking every spiritual big person that, their purpose is serving others. I generally used to think that was fucking bullshit. I don't know. I used to think it was bullshit. Like, no, you're not really... Like, they're not trying to serve others. They're trying to use that as some whatever. But, like, now I can see it's like, I get it. I get why serving others makes you feel fulfilled. But it's not just... And serving others does not mean that you are literally helping them physically. You don't have to be rubbing their back or opening the door for them physically. But serving others just means that you do things with the intention that it might help somebody. You do things with the intention that maybe, what you've learned could help someone else. Like, the way I look at what I do is most people won't be able to smoke DMT 400 times. So I express what I've learned from DMT, whether you believe it or not, so some people can get a little bit of a bigger picture of what DMT is. I express myself, I learn, I explore. I've been taking pictures of different plants around in my area, that I live, and it's like, and sending it, just put it online and figuring out what these plants are, then, exploring with the plants, learning about the plants, gaining a connection and relationship with the plants, and then telling you guys about it. Because that's what I want to do. Exactly what I'm doing. I am in my purpose. I feel like and that's another thing, like, when you find your purpose, you have to be walking in your purpose. Your purpose is a path. It's not like a thing. It's not like, I can't say my purpose in one word, but I can tell you my purpose in a long stream of words, because my purpose is multiple things, because the purpose is the path itself. Like, I just had a spider on me, and I mean, I don't mind spiders and all, but, like, I'd rather it not on my hand. But it's like, what is your purpose? It's just, I think so many people haven't found their purpose yet, right? Because they haven't found the path they should be walking. Or maybe you have found the path that you should be walking, but maybe you're just not walking the path you should be walking. Like, maybe you see your purpose in front of you, but you're scared to walk through it. You're scared to walk in it. You're scared to walk into your purpose. And I think we need to not be scared to walk into our purpose, not be scared to walk into or begin to walk the path that we were born to walk. How do you find your purpose? You find your purpose by doing a bunch of shit, by trying a bunch of shit, and by exploring. That's how I found my purpose, at least. You know, like right now, as I'm making the video, I'm exploring nature. I'm talking, but yeah, I'm really not paying the camera no mind. I mean, I'm acknowledging the camera once in a while, but my eyes right now are looking at all the different plants and the trees and how that's a birch tree, I'm pretty sure, and how that's a whatever, like different plants, and thinking about, you know, different plants and whatever. But like, I'm literally walking my purpose right now by exploring. You know, I've explored my mind, I've explored different ways of thinking, I've explored different psychedelics, I've explored different plants and herbs, different shamanic practices, I've explored different teachings, I've explored different things that I'm doing. When I was 11, I started exploring with things that I like to do. Like, what do I like to do? Do I like to make music? Do I want to be a comedian? Do I want to, you know, I found out I'm too serious to be a comedian sometimes, but then my family says I should be a comedian. But, you know, like, when I was younger, I just wanted to be a famous rapper. I was thinking about how to do that. How do I, you know, get whatever? And then psychedelics came along in my life and then changed my path. But what I mean is the purpose hasn't really changed. I'm just chasing my dreams. I'm just finding out who I am, and I'm just trying to become the man I was meant to be, right? That's all I'm trying to do. I am trying to become the man I was born to be. That's our purpose, right? To find ourselves. But to find yourself, don't you need to walk somewhere? Don't you need to go somewhere? If you're finding yourself, doesn't that mean that you're lost? And doesn't that mean that you need to get up and go search? Get up and find out what you love to do? You know, so many people in the world are depressed today. And it's because they're not doing a damn thing that they love to do. I'd be fucking depressed as shit too if I didn't do what I love to do in a day. But I make sure that I spend time. You have to make time for yourself. You have to make sure that you have enough time to do the things you love to do, that you have, like, if you don't know who you are, it's your fault. If you don't know what to do with your life, that's your fault. Yes, your parents should have helped you a little more. Yes, your parents should have maybe guided you a little more, or gave you a little more information, or helped you a little more, or whatever. But they didn't. You can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about the past. You can only do something about the future by doing something in the present. If you don't do something now, you know, you'll never change the future, and your future will be the same as it is right now. If you haven't found your purpose, you have to get up and try shit. You know, there's so many people that say that. These are all the information that everyone will ever need is in the quantum field. At this point, it's in the internet field. It's on the internet now. Not even just in the quantum field. Like, the information is everywhere. Right? It's just, people are tired. People work their jobs. They go to work, they raise their family, they cook dinner, they're tired, they watch a little Netflix, they go to bed, they do the same thing the next day. People are tired. People don't want to fight. They don't have the energy to fight. Which is why so many of this world today are just on antidepressants, on anti-anxiolytics, on... That's why so many people today genuinely don't know who they are. They're asking you who they are. Like, you can't ask someone who you are because they don't know who you are, because most people don't even know who they are. And even if someone knows who they are, that does not mean they know who you are. Yeah, we're all infinite love, we're all infinite light, yeah, we all come from the same source, yeah, we are the trees, the plants, the bugs, Mother Nature, the air, the molecules, we are everything. And we are also individual, but we are also connected like a hive mind in a way. And a lot of people understand that, but a lot of people don't. But even if you know that, you still don't know others. What part of that whole are you? No one knows. I think what we need to focus on as a human race and a human species is focus on figuring out what we were born to do. And like, it's all based on intention, but so many people are distracted by money, distracted by fame, distracted by social media, distracted by all this shit. And we can, like, you are either distracted by the tools or you are using the tools. Like, you are either using the tool or the tool is using you. Like, I use social media to help express and put out my message. A lot of people use social media to distract them from their life. Like, I take the time to research documentaries and research papers and things like this and whatever, and I take the time to do that just so I can spend, like, I love to learn, and that's what I know I was born to do. But I feel like everyone on the planet was born to learn, but we were all born to learn about different things. That's what I mean. Like, my interests are not your interests, but we should all be able to do something that makes us feel alive. You should be doing multiple things a day that make you feel alive. Multiple things a day that literally just send chills down your spine. That, like, literally just, I don't know, send a rush of voltage of energy through your fucking body. And, like, the only way you feel like that is if you're doing something that you were meant to do with your life. Whether it's, I don't know, some people, a lot of people aren't meant to start their own business, right? A lot of people, won't start a business. Maybe they'll be a number 8 in a business instead, and they're happier that way. But your purpose is not owning a business. Your purpose more has to do with what you do if you own a business. Like, somebody could say, oh, I know my purpose because I'm a businessman. No, that's not your purpose. That's what you do. What you do is not your purpose. Like, what I do, I make videos. I make music. I'm a dad. I'm writing a book. I'm working on documentaries, making documentaries. But that's not my purpose. That's not who I am. That is only what I do. Who you are and your purpose is more defined on the whole of it all. It's more defined on the type of path you're walking, not the things you're doing in the path. Like, and then the type of path you're walking and why you're walking that path. This is just my perspective of purpose. And, me walking in my purpose, because that's what I feel like I do. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose. I'm not just a purpose is something you live. It's something you experience every day, and it's something that can change. I mean, the purpose doesn't change, but the path in front of you changes. Like right now I'm in a field full of a fern field. Nothing but fucking ferns, as far as the eye can see, all the way back. Right. But it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying, even though I'm walking the path of my purpose, the metaphor and the literal path I just walked is that the plants over there were different than the plants over here. The scenery over there was different than the scenery over here. There's less light over here, but it's like, there's a bunch of ferns over here. And I think that, that's the metaphor of life. It might seem like your purpose is changing because the scenery is changing around you, and maybe what you're doing and looking at is changing, but it's your purpose hasn't changed, because if you backtrack this way, you go right back to where you started. So you can walk the path, a straight path, keep going that way, and the scenery of the path will change. Your things you will do will change. Like what I'm doing is changing. When I started this path, I didn't intend to write a book. When I started this path, I didn't intend to I didn't know how long I was going to make videos. I didn't know I was going to make videos for the rest of my life, because I plan on doing this shit for the rest of my life. Like, I don't know. I just know, like, in the beginning, I was anti-business. I fucking despised businessmen. When I was 20 years old, I smoked DMT for the first time, and it put me on a shamanic path. I started researching shamanism. I wanted to, be a modern-day shaman. I wanted to do all these different things. I wanted to whatever, but I was completely anti-business, right? I kind of despised the businessman. I looked at businessmen as greedy fucking pieces of shit, right? That, whatever. But it's like, that was my perspective. And who would have fucking thought that over years my perspective would have changed? That over years, 5 years later, 25 now, that when I was 24, I started my first business. It failed, but I'm getting ready to relaunch it and hopefully do it again, right? And do it right this time. And I learned from my failures. So it's like, I would have never have guessed that this is where the path would have led me. Even with my life and where it's going right now, I'm in my own apartment, life is changing, I'm writing a book, I don't know, I'm making documentaries. I go through hell, but I have an extremely positive perspective. And my drive, I have a positive perspective. I'm willing to push no matter what. My ability to do all that comes from me knowing my purpose. Me being able to look at why I am born, why I am here, accept that this path might not be as easy as the path over there. There's a path that's a lot easier that I could be walking, but I'm choosing the hard path because it might seem like it brings a more miserable life, but looks are deceiving. The hard path is actually the much better life. You'll have a much better life when you're walking your hard path, because your hard path is your actual purpose. Your easy path is the distraction. That's the best way I can put it. Thank you for watching, guys.